Hi, I'm Trevor, and I'm the president of CreatorsStream.app, and I give Uscreen a 4 out of 5. Prior to using Uscreen, I was using Vimeo. I had used Vimeo and YouTube primarily for my premier, what I would call like my premier level video distribution, and I had also used podcasting as my premier distribution for content. I chose to move away from them and focus more on other platforms because they were not providing me an adequate level of security, an adequate level of engagement with fans, and I also didn't feel like it was really the future of media. They were not providing me what I thought the future would be. I chose Uscreen out of the gate because they were intriguing and they worked with my favorite band. So there was a little bit of bias that they had, and also because they were the best competitor to some of the most quality video distribution platforms in the entire universe. So when you look at their primary competitors, they are competing with the best. That's just as simple as it is. And that was the case when I found them. And they treated me so much better than every other company out of the gate. So to have sales treat me well was the primary driver of me choosing them. I couldn't possibly know the future, but every month I have doubled down. I have increased my own investment in learning their software and being a good user of it because the community aspect of it is really quite amazing as well. So their video platform is on par with Netflix, but their community platform is on par with Instagram. And I think when you pair that together for an independent creator, that is really kind of a dream setup. So that's why I chose them, and that's why I've stuck with them for so long. Onboarding with Uscreen was very quick. Their salespeople were knowledgeable, so a lot of my questions were answered before I ever signed a contract, which was super helpful. The guy I dealt with, Chandler, that was over 2 years ago, and he and his colleagues, before I ever signed anything, were super helpful. So onboarding was much more about getting my content onboarded and learning the program itself. But in terms of becoming a Uscreen client, it was extremely smooth. It happened over the course of 2 to 3 days. And within 30 to 40 days, which was mostly my paperwork waiting for, they had my 2 apps up and my website up, and everything was immediately beautiful out of the gate. And then from there, I've modified it. But the onboarding part, initially in the first 30 days of going from never using it to having it fully uploaded with 2 apps, it was very easy. And then uploading new clients is even easier. So when a new client wants to work with me, there is an easy sales page that they have built in already. There's also funnels that you can build from YouTube. There's commercials and links that you can put in if you want to do an ad drop. So, and then they also partner with a variety of affiliate programs, so that if one of your friends comes on and helps you, or if somebody refers out business, they have it all integrated. So it makes it very easy to take on a new client for me because I'm a consultant and I have to be flexible and agile because everybody's going to have a different need with media, with branded media. So their platform for onboarding me, again, super easy, but the platform for onboarding clients is so straightforward. It's not really any more difficult than starting a subscription for HBO Max. If you want to become a new client with them to watch their program, my program is roughly that difficult to onboard as a client. It's not too much harder. If you are either considering becoming a client, or you're already a client and maybe you're a new client, or if you're an existing client and you want to make your Uscreen page better, and you should want to do that, you should visit the Uscreen website and specifically go to their other client examples. They have a very deep and industry varied catalog of examples from the fitness industry, from the yoga industry, from the creator industry like I'm in. They have every industry you could really imagine that I'm kind of blanking on. They have education in there. They have religion in there. They have politics in there. They have independent media in there. They have podcasters like me. I've met a pest control person in there. So there's a wide variety in that archive alone. But then the other thing you can do if you really want to make the most of it is to show up to all their events. They do events in person. They do events online. They do live events like Q&As every week, a couple times a week. They also do these bigger kind of hybrid collaborator groups. And then they also invite some of the biggest creators in the world to speak exclusively on their platform to their subscribers, which is you once you become a client with them. So they probably give you a preview, but there's a lot of places to connect with other creators, and the community of people that use their software is so varied and so interesting and so smart that you would be at least better informed about your new peers. So like if you become a client of those, you become a peer with these other people who are doing this other stuff. In the same way it is to be a YouTuber or a podcaster, you become a Uscreen connoisseur because it's its own entity in the media landscape. So I would strongly advise looking at other examples to see if you can relate it all. And if you can, then it's easier to make the decision. And it's also easier to reach out to them, and they're all going to rave about it like me.